All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of G&L Garage. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Dad's 55 and working out a couple little kinks that we've had with it. All right, so the 55 has been in mothballs for the last about 2 years. But the original 350 and turbo 350 trans just wasn't enough. So with 5 pounds of oil pressure left, we pulled it out and we acquired a 355 with aluminum heads that I painted in a $700 floor from a buddy out of another 56 Chevy. We got that installed, and we've been working out getting this new driveline set up. The car now has a new wiring harness from American Auto Wire, and it's been running pretty great. But we've got a couple things to address. The carburetor backfires when you give it any throttle. It idles fine, but whenever you get on the accelerator, it just acts like it wants to die, like it's cold or something like that, even after you let it run for 5 to 10 minutes or so. The other thing we need to address is the positive cable. I'm sure you can see that right there. Has been touching the header because it's way too short, and when you put the battery in there, it pulls it tight up against it. So we got to reroute some cables down there and do some other stuff. Hopefully my overhead lights will come back soon, but I'm going to do a time lapse here of getting the cable removed here, the positive cable, and we can get the new one thrown in there. So here we have the new cable. It's a 30-inch cable. The old one was a 25. So obviously it's just a little bit longer. Gonna give us the slack we're gonna need to get away from that header. So let's go ahead and get this new one installed. All right, in case you couldn't see that, I was giving the thumbs up. We got that cable installed. Got it ran under the transmission core lines and everything, so it's tucked away from the exhaust. So we've got a bunch more clearance. I'm gonna get some zip ties and some more electrical tape and conduit and try to tie this all up. All right, in case you can't tell on my dripping face, it is super duper hot in here. Got the positive cable installed, and I got things cleaned up a little bit. I still need to put some conduit on there, but it looks much tidier than it was before, so we're well on the way. I'm gonna put the battery back in here real quick, and let's fire this thing up and see how the new motor sounds. Crank this thing up and see how it runs. It's got an electric fuel pump, so hopefully I don't really have to pump it too much. All right, we got a pump running. Oh, come on. I'm gonna give it some more pumps. Gotta love the carburetor. The electric fuel pump helps. There we go. The belt is gonna squeal. And there's our problem. So that is the problem that we have to address next. Right there, that throttle linkage. But I will probably pick this up tomorrow, and I will see you guys all right, day 2, we're back. So what we need to do now is pull the air cleaner off and take a look at the carburetor. I'm hoping it's just a mixture screw adjustment that I need to change, and hopefully it'll stop this backfiring, but if not, we can take the clip off the accelerator pump linkage there, and it's got 3 different holes, so I'm gonna try moving it to a different hole and see if that makes a difference when it's running. So let's go ahead and get the air cleaner off, and then I'll fire this thing up and see what we need to do. All right, another hot one again today. I came a little bit more prepared though. Hopefully I won't be dripping as much sweat. So as you can see, we have the air cleaner off. I'm hoping there's a little tiny clip right on the end of this carburetor here, and I'm gonna see which side we need to move it to. I'm thinking we need to move it to the furthest hole that pushes it down more. So I'm gonna try doing that real quick, and let's see what happens. I'll try to get the camera in there as best as possible. Pull this clip off. Oh, and of course it's upside down. All right, got that clip off. That thing is super duper tiny. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. That thing is super tiny. So I gotta do my best not to lose that. I'm gonna put that in a magnet tray, but I'm gonna move that accelerator pump arm down to the next hole. All right, got that ring on there. Put our clip back on. Definitely felt like it made a difference already. Okay. So let's try firing the car back up again and see how it does. Fire in the hole. Get the carburetor a couple pumps here. Feels better. For about 30 seconds or so. We've definitely made a step in the right direction. Response to throttle much better now. So let's go ahead and pull this thing out and see how it does actually with some load on it. It's definitely responding to throttle a lot better. So I'm gonna put you in the back seat and let's see how it goes. All right, let's go ahead and take this thing around the block and see how she does. Before it wouldn't even take throttle. roadworthy today, but I feel like we made some really good steps in the right direction. I think I need to adjust that throttle valve cable on the transmission, and hopefully that'll get that shifting a little bit better. The carburetor I feel like still needs more adjustment, but there's still some other things we need to look at. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and look for part 2 of trying to get this thing dialed in and back on the road. See you guys in the next one.